modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Keita. Rich Rising, Rich Rising. Thank you for the heart meet. There are a couple of good lives up. I just left one, but I did promise to come live around this time to accommodate Afro Elite and everybody else who, were early birds. But I don't even know where Afro Elite is now. But I'm here, and thank you, Keita. And today I wanted to dedicate the live to Sarah Tompkins Garnet. So we do know that the theme of my lives from now on, for a moment at least, is destroying the narrative of Tetherville. New York has, for the most part, for the past 100 years, I'm going to say, been a very diverse city where they dumped immigrants, besides the white tea immigrants, like the Irish and stuff, like the melanated immigrants, the Latin immigrants, into our communities. And so now it's called Tetherville, and it has lost some of its social standing and currency. The immigrants have a tendency, because they're melanated like us, to jump into things that really don't belong to them. So I'm just showing how New York wasn't built by immigrants. It was actually built by our ancestors, our foundational Black American ancestors. And I've been showcasing throughout certain periods, such as, when I get to a really good point, the music just seems to get so loud in my ear. Let me turn that down a little bit. Throughout certain periods, there is a misconception that some people say slavery wasn't in New York, or it wasn't in the North, So we actually went under every vestige of slavery, just like the South, maybe not on such a large level. And we also had a civil rights culture here, abolitionist culture here. New York actually supported slavery even after they emancipated their population within their borders, right? And so we do know that then they got upset because the South was outperforming them economically. And so, that whole thing there. So again, that's what I've been trying to do, showcase ancestors throughout the history of not only America, but specifically in New York. So, and then there is an element of even like Philly ancestors. They would come here and find community or contribute to things like the Harlem Renaissance. We do know Ellen Leroy Locke is from Connecticut. Don't get me to getting all confused there. But, Philly, they love New York, right? And so we do know Cornbread created graffiti, going to modern day times, because I got to check my notes for the older history. But we do have pivotal people who came from either Connecticut, Philly, to New York, and they set up a culture here with the New Yorkers that was here. Snowden, Maryland, even came to New York, and they built Sandy Ground. And Shanae, she's a descendant of Sandy Ground, and she's on video speaking about how her, as a new soul food restaurant owner, I won't say envy, but people are looking at her like, how'd she come here and she gets so, so much social standing already, I guess people supporting, and they're not able to. And I don't mean melanated immigrants are asking that. It's the white tea too asking that, right? And she's like, it's her ancestors. And her ancestors are actually the ones who migrated up from Snowden, Maryland, to Sandy Ground. So, so proud of that lady. Hey, Ish. And her repping for not only New York, but her ancestors, right? The ancestors. But I was kind of mad when Man Dummy went in there, And the one thing, I don't know if he knew the history. I don't know what they talked about, but I know the highlight reel, he emphasized Wu-Tang or some mess. Like, really, sir? And I have had a petition going out to get him to retract his statement of New York was built by immigrants. Now, I'd like to think it's an email campaign, ignited the spark, because he did give a little mini apology on a podcast. Very lovely lady. I checked her page. She is an independent, like grassroots journalist, if not mistaken. Um, and her page looks really nice. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about her. Do I know if she is foundational? At this time, I don't. But I ain't gonna disparage her work. She did get to interview the mayor. He gave a mini apology, but just like he gave that main stage type of New York was built by immigrants, and his verbiage is a little off, so he needs to be counseled on how to talk about our ancestors and not just blanket them as Black New Yorkers, because then you know the melanated immigrants are still tethered on. And the disrespect was loud on the main stage, and the apology should be louder on the main stage. So my email campaign is still ongoing. Okay. I'm going to drop the link. If y'all have a problem, because sometimes people outside of our state say that they had a little bit of trouble sending it in. So I will definitely walk y'all through that. And I see Simon has entered the chat. Good morning, Simon. Rich Rising. I see Black American. Good morning, Rich Rising. If y'all have I don't know what Afro's doing. He might be asleep still, because if it's 11:40 here, it's 10:40 where he's at. And I know he ran a late live yesterday. It was a very beautiful live, with very minimal hiccups, you know. And it was about politics. And your girl Jasmine Crockett, she did lose. I'm getting word that, are you coming out, Keita? I see you came back on your main page. I mean, your backup page. The white tea conservatives are very tired of Jasmine, from what I'm hearing. And so they came out in mass, the white tea conservatives, the Christian conservatives. Oh, wait, I invite. There you go. Hey.
Hey, Auntie Elu, you must have, I swear it's like you must have just jumped in my brain, right? Because soon as I went out, I said, oh my God, I gotta tell my auntie about Jasmine Crockett losing. Look, and it was like you was already thinking about it. So yes, you was already inside my head. So continue, please.
So what I'm hearing is that the white tea conservative are tired of her too. The person who beat Jasmine, they're going to try to gear up for presidency, for a presidential run. Now, our people say that he's just as bad as Jasmine. I wouldn't know. I ain't out there with them folk. But I think that the Democrats should take this as a message that Black Americans, even though we had I call the Latino vote when they helped get Trump in, and now the Christian conservatives who helped get Jasmine out. Sometimes we have unspoken allies, right? Not two people might want to admit it. Unspoken allies does not mean we agree with their allyship. We just didn't know that they were allies within the vote. Within the vote, because in real life, them people don't like us. So I think this is a message to the Democrats that we've been loyal for so long, and even though we've been loyal for so long, their seats are not guaranteed to them. Oh yes, Yvette Clarke, AOC, people like that. I think it's like 400 Democrats or 400 representatives. All their seats are up for re-election. So listen, yesterday I did ballot or the bullet, and for us, and that's where Malcolm said we had to vote or move politically strategic, right? For us, our strategy was, many of us, to sit out for the presidency, right? Staying local, especially if you're in places like New York, like Cali, like Chicago. I think Washington, Georgia tried to act like they know they had some immigrants down there, but I call cap to that. Places like Georgia, I'm gonna give them that. Texas, wherever you have an immigrant population, sitting it out is not the answer during this time. And I gotta tell y'all, if y'all hear me barking about something, a tether, or I think somebody could be a tether or undercover tether, it's because I've been dealing with these people for so long, and now I'm aware of what they do in the government. I'm trying to tell y'all how to stop your state from becoming like New York, okay? So we had an unspoken allies, and Jasmine is out the door. So what that means for her future, I don't know, but it's a message to the Democrats that even their seats aren't secured. And I'm imploring people, I won't argue with you, But if you are, especially in places like New York, Florida, I forgot them, diverse cities where there's a high sanctuary cities, we can't sit it out. Sitting it out ain't gonna work this time, y'all. Okay, so the ballot or the bullet for us is if we're gonna sit it out or not. And I say don't sit it out. And I remind y'all we can vote early by mail-in ballot. And I land there. Good morning, Mr. Ali. Rich Rising.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing today?
We good. She came to TikTok because of you, Afro.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I am subscribed to all your channels on YouTube. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
So, yeah, I sent you a message. I'm glad that you showed up. My lady of the day is Sarah J. Tompkins Garnet. She was born in Brooklyn, New York, around 1831, and she was a trailblazing American educator, a suffragist, and a civil rights activist. Okay. Also, my topic is Dennis Sperling's request. So if you look at the top of the banner where it says echo chamber, if you didn't know, Dennis Sperling is a lawyer. I remember him. He seemed to be kind of red pillish back in the days, if not mistaken. He didn't really resonate with me, but what he requested of Trump got me kind of saying, maybe I'll give him a second look. And he's asking Trump to sign an executive order to go after Africa for reparations.
Yeah, I've been watching him lately. I've been tapping into some of his stuff. I was like you at first. I didn't know for sure if he was that red pill type of man at first, but the way he stumped for FBA, I can kind of let that slide a little bit.
Okay. Now, what type of red pill talking points did he have?
He was just seeming like he was just like, to me, it was like, he want women to be submissive and we not submissive enough and we don't know our place. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like that. Like, he was one of them old school men, which, I don't know if I really see something totally wrong with it, but, just don't dismiss us like we're less than. Like he didn't see us as equal, like that.
Okay, but it wasn't red pill passport bro type stuff. Right?
No, I never noticed nothing like that, and I never noticed him being like anti-lineage or like anti-black woman. I think he was just more wanting us more submissive and like that.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, everybody has their preference, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Exactly, I know, right?
Exactly. Afro's on teacup. So, Keita, I'm not sure if you heard. I asked everybody to pick an influential or a Black American woman that they feel was instrumental to honor for Black, what I'm calling it, National Foundational Black American Women's Month. And you the one who brought the idea to me of also.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me find mine. Hold on, I got it. So just give me a half a second.
Okay. If anybody else has a Black American woman they would like to come up and highlight, no matter, I focus mine on New York, but I do women who would have migrated to New York and was instrumental in things like music, civil rights, suffrages, abolition, wherever throughout the nation, you can come up and share their story. Hey, Afro.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Who was the person you guys just referenced? The red pill person. Who was that?
Dennis Sperling.
Dennis Sperling. Okay.
Yes, he
The
has
name sounds familiar.
right, because he's on YouTube. I don't think he ever got into it with Tariq, but he was making some noise on YouTube a few years ago, but it seemed red pillish. So I don't know who he got into it with. Could have been Michi. But he seemed like kind of red pillish, and I was just like, but I forgot about him until now, when I heard that he has asked President Trump to sign an executive order to go after Africa for reparations.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Dennis Sperling. I'm gonna look into that. Okay.
His, yeah, his name is at the top there. If you see it on the top banner, so you could see the correct spelling of his last name. So, would you like to tell us the Black American woman that you chose to highlight today? Oh, 313 said he's a passport bro. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, really? See, I ain't follow him in depth like that, so I wasn't sure. Dang.
Well, we have a reform passport bro, so he says. And he comes and he joins our panels, and he's really like, he wants us to establish a bounty hunting company so that we could catch the illegals because it's like 800 ahead. And so he's a business minded fella. And he's very honest about when he used to go and be a passport bro. Who? Ooh, Sperling's wife? Okay. All right. His wife is Dominican. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Well, I
Well,
mean, it's a few of our FBA men that have women that's not of the lineage. So if that's the case, we'll be having to cut half of them off. So I mean,
not half.
no, yeah, half.
But let me say this. Should that negate his request of the president?
No, I feel like he have it under control. I feel like as long as you don't lose who you are from your lineage, like why do we got to be all in your bedroom? You know what I'm saying? I think that's just us being a little bit too nosy. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like I feel like if you're standing up for our lineage, like I don't care who you're really dating like that. And especially if you already been married to her, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just got with this person 2 weeks ago knowing the delineation process. But if that been your partner for years and years, I mean, what we gonna do? Obviously, they haven't affected you, and you still about your lineage. So, I don't feel like we should dig that deep. Some people do, but it's just my preference. I wouldn't. But to each his own. I can't tell the other FBA what to do. But that would just be my sentiments.
Right. 313 made me says, yeah, I agree, Keita. And good morning to Rich Rising to Prodigy. I think that says gold.
Did
There you
anybody do
go.
Patricia Babb? That's who I wanted to do my overview of. But did anybody pick her already?
No, and this is just the second live that I'm
Okay, good
hosting
then. Okay, because I'm
regarding
like, I
her.
did all this little homework on her. Okay, so I was
Go
hoping.
ahead, go ahead. You could go first because you did bring the idea to me. Go ahead, Keita.
Okay, so an overview of Miss Babb, just to let it be known that this is the Black American woman who created the cataract. She did the first successful cataract surgery. So that is her that is helping us see. So an overview of Miss Bath is Patricia Arabath was I'm gonna say Black American because I don't like the other word that they labeled her as ophthalmologist, and humanitarian. She became the first female member of the Jules Stein Eye Institute, the first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology, and the first woman elected to the honorary staff of the UCLA Medical Center. So Miss Bath is a pioneer ophthalmologist and inventor. She did pass away in May of 2019 at the age of 76 due to cancer. She left behind a legacy of groundbreaking work in restoring sight, including her inventions, the laser Paddock probe for cataract surgery, and becoming the first Black female doctor to receive a medical patent. She broke many barriers, including being the first Black woman to chair an ophthalmology residency program and the first female faculty member in UCLA ophthalmology department. So her parents was Gladys Bath and Rupert Bath. That I don't know if I said she was born in 1942 in New York, New York, New York. Auntie, so
Oh, see how that
she is
works?
born. She is a New York native. So yeah, look at
Oh,
that. Me not even trying to do that, and I ended up finding one, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
I love that.
yeah. Um, So yeah, some of her key contributes and achievements, as I said, she did the laser phonic probe, medical patents. She was a UCLA trailblazer and American Institute for Prevention of Blindness. So we just thank her so much for her attributes, because without our sight, who are we? When you don't have your sight, you feel lost. So I am just grateful for this Black American woman helping restore sight. And that's it.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. Thank you, Keita. I
You're
was trying to
welcome.
get the. Oh, there we go. Wait, okay. Thank you. And it all roads led to New York.
All
Yay!
roads led to New York. Yay.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Shout out to New York, New York, New York.
Yeah.
Now,
Period.
and that was you represent Flint, Michigan, correct?
Correct. I am a
Okay.
native born. Flint Orthopedic Hospital it no longer sits on our towns, but yes, I am a Flint native to the bone.
Okay, so I want to switch it to a really serious topic, right? And you don't have to go into depth. Can you tell me how it was to experience when the pipelines, when the water got distorted? You know what I'm saying? Poisoned.
Yeah, it
My
was it
city.
was scary because a lot of people was coming up with cancerous disease that we couldn't know what it was from. People was walking around with lesions on them. They had actual, like, some of the kids had lesions. I'm talking about big welts, hair falling out. Like, a lot of us have hair trauma because of the water. It took out a lot of people's hair. um Man, and right now, even to this day, sometimes you would flush or whatever, and you would smell like them burnt eggs, dirty eggs. It smell like rotten eggs. They said it's the chemicals that they using to keep the pipes clean, but some people be like, yeah, we don't like this. So I mean, it's still a constant fight even to this day. Even though they said it's clean and the EPA came in, a lot of people are still leery of it, but they just doing their best. I don't like the way that they plan the residents of this city. They are not fairly compensating them. They are really playing them on that note. It was millions and millions and millions of dollars that came into this city, and they did not do right by the residents. Now, they built a lot of nice things up with that money, but that's not what that money was for. That money was to repair families. People passed away. A lot of people lives changed, and I just feel like they didn't take the opportunity to do right by the community. So I mean, it's still a challenge, but a lot of people did get their pipes repaired as best as they could from the street to the main line, but I still didn't like that I feel like the pipes inside the houses were still ruined. So that's just the constant battle that we going through. They telling us that everything okay, but me, I'm saying no. Um, for a while, they were still making people pay for the water, even though it was deemed not safe to even bathe in or brush teeth, but they still had to pay for it because they said we was flushing it in our toilets. So yeah, it was something else. But I appreciate all the outside help. We did notice a lot of help from our states. Like, a lot of Black Americans came through, celebrities came through, and they really did try to help our city out. So we are very, very grateful for all the outside help. It was very much appreciated.
Thank you for your insight. So, how did you work through it, Keita?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Don't hold me accountable, but I moved to the outskirts. I ain't gonna lie. I
Um,
wasn't gonna raise my babies in that. I just didn't want to go through the headache of it. And I was blessed to be able to move to the outskirts, and I did. But I do love my city, and I'm thinking about going back in because I think I want to run for city council or something. Everybody keep encouraging me to, and I'm very
right.
interested in it. And you have to have a city, I mean, you have to be a resident inside the city. So I'm looking into getting some type of apartment or something in the city, because I am very interested in getting in the local politics now. So yeah.
I can imagine. Will you be out Eric Mays?
What I would do Eric Mays justice. Absolutely, I would be your Eric Mays to the 10th power.
Uh, so I wanna. There's a young lady, and excuse me, I forgot her name. She was an activist, very young. And she went around calling awareness to it, giving us up. Do you know who I'm talking about? Young Black American, I
You
believe.
talking about Miss Flint, Miss 810, the
Yeah,
little Miss Flint? Oh yeah, she
yeah.
be at them council meetings. Y'all gotta watch Miss Flint. She is our future. I love her. I love her mama. I love her little sister. She come in there and school those council women on how to act because they be acting a plum fool. So yes, little Miss Flint is very, very respected, and we stand behind her 10 toes down.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Shout out to Miss Flint, little Miss Flint. Well, she's a teenager now, correct?
Yeah, she is a teenager. She is like 17 now. Yep. Yes, ma'am. So she is about to be
Young
legal, and
lady.
we can't wait to get her legal. So we are going to run behind her. She could be the mayor of Flint if she wants to. We support her.
Good. And New York supports her too. This New Yorker. Original New Yorker. Yes, love to see it. I also want to shout out Philly to Flint, right? It's a hashtag. I'm pretty sure if you go to Facebook and hashtag, I think it's from Philly to Flint. They were some of the first trucks or first brothers that I've seen, and they were, had the RBG flags and stuff, y'all. But they literally took cases of water, and this is me, my outside view, Keto, right? They literally drove trucks down to Flint, right? And then it helped trigger the celebrities, and Cher stepped in. Cher, the white T Cher and Sonny,
Mhm.
and then after that, they sort of faded to the background. But I always remember those young gentlemen who showed me what compassion for people in other states may have looked like, right?
Yes.
Meaning, like getting up, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just want to shout everybody out who was influential in assisting Flint residents, and especially Flint residents themselves, who became activists in their own right. And shout out to Miss Flint, little Miss
Shout
Flint.
out. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the
You're right.
acknowledgement. We love y'all. Appreciate
Love
it.
you too. Love you too. Afro, you there, Afro? He's on teacup. Good morning, Dred. Rich Rising. I see somebody named Sean Montez joined in. Afro probably getting his morning beverage. I think. I don't know. But yeah. So anything else on the horizon, Keto?
Um, no, no, not nothing like that. Just every day finding out new little things that these immigrants done to us as a people. Just ready for this deportation process to speed up. I'm tired. Just ready for them to stop being able to get excuses for their TPSs to get extended. I'm just really ready for America to make some drastic changes so these immigrants to know that we're not playing with them. I don't feel safe in my own country right now, so that's an issue for me. And if I'm not feeling safe in my own country and it's not Americans that's making me feel unsafe, that's a problem. So, I have an issue with immigrants having me feeling unsafe in my own country. So, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I feel the same way. My son, he has to take the train every day. And every day, he says he has a beautiful day, but when he has to take that train ride home. And I went to Facebook, right? Because I still have a presence on Facebook to promote my work when I'm over there. And I started seeing videos. And in New York City, these youth are wilding. The trains itself. And it's like, he was like, they just keep growing up, yeah, it's not a lot of space, but we know how to maneuver our bags so we're not bumping and hitting each other and stuff like this. And I told him, I said, son, you got to learn to pick your own battles. I know you may not have wanted to move to another side, but you don't want to get in trouble or get harmed when you could have simply moved. I mean, even if you bump past the person, like, get out of here and keep going, but I get it because I don't like to take the train. I used to have so many arguments on the train. I even kicked a white T man because they just be doing the most. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? The train will take you that way. But it's the younger generation I'm seeing. One pulled out a knife on the bus and was like, get out of here, and was pushing somebody. out the back steps. And I don't see our children, not saying that our children, a few aren't in there, but I think they got it looking like a third world country. And I shouldn't see no visibly Indian type of, oh, you know how the West Indians have that Indian type of look to them? Up there saying the N word. Yeah, you could get it. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell is going on in New York on these trains? And instead of letting more people into New York, they need to get it together. They need to get some order in this bitch. Like, them kids really need grandma's switch, okay? They might need something stronger. But we couldn't do that when I was younger. We couldn't, even when my children were being raised. We just couldn't do certain things, but it's like they just running around. And then I look on another thing, and I'm not sure what city it is, even they acting up on their transit. And it's just amazing. The money that they want us to spend to take the damn transit, and you can't even get some order to it. This is more than just train dancing or train singing or mariachi bands. This is critical to me. So I don't even want my children on the train, and they grown. Just because if somebody has a bad day, they are liable to either hurt someone or get hurt. And I just don't want my children a part of that. But as grown as they are, they deserve to go to work and back home safely without the headaches of these damn youth running them up. And I just stopped venting from there. Hi, Mr. Ether.
How you doing, BX?
You hear me complaining, right? But other than that, I'm good.
What's up, Afro and y'all?
Thank you. Did you bring your Black American influential woman that you would like to talk about for Foundational Black American Women's Month?
Ooh, I didn't know we was gonna be doing this, but I'm already ready for you. Okay.
Okay.
First off,
Wait.
I'm
Can
happy.
you go after
Yes.
Afro? Because I don't know
Oh,
if she got a
sure.
meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Afro.
But
Shout out to you, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me say my thing before I step in this building real quick. I know I'm kind of in and out, so let me say something real quick. As far as the woman that I picked, I thought about it. I put a lot of thought into it, but I really wanted to pick somebody as far as like education is concerned. So I decided to pick this Black American woman named Vivian G. Harsh. She was born in the late 1800s, and she passed away in the 60s, in the mid 60s, and she was the first Black person, not even woman, the first Black person to be in charge of a Chicago branch, educational Chicago library branch. And she devoted, and that was in the 1920s when she got that position. And she devoted a special section specifically for Black history in the library. That was the first time that was done in Chicago, period. So with her doing that, and she was a part of the branches of Chicago library. So it wasn't just one library. It was several libraries that had a specific Black history section in that library. So that really did set the precedent in Chicago. That really did set the precedent. So pretty much when you go to a library at all and you see like a Black history section or anything like that, that's kind of really due to her work. So, and she doesn't really get a lot of acknowledgments. So I wanted to give her respects.
Thank you. So does the year that you mentioned, does it coincide? Because Chicago, and not too many people talk about this, Chicago had their own renaissance at the same time Harlem was having their renaissance. And Chicago, from what I've read, was based off of literary work. So was she instrumental in the Chicago Renaissance, Afro?
I would say so. I couldn't find much work about that. I will do some more digging. I know she's most famous for the education part, but the Renaissance started, that was like around the 1920s, right? 1930s, I would say, right? So yeah, that's when she got in that position. And she got in a position in 1924, and she started it then, and then it really started to kind of like pick up around like the like 1925, 1926, around that year. So yeah, that was around the whole Renaissance time.
So you know what I find interesting, because I was just mentioning Philly, Connecticut, and how they had this relationship with New York, even to today. Like Connecticut, people from Connecticut ask me how they can help New York. Philly, Buki, I sent her the invite, but I don't know if she'll show up. She does work. She tells me a lot of New York history. She's just a history buff. But when it comes to Chicago, have y'all ever noticed nobody from Chicago complains that New Yorkers are doing drill music? And I know that's something crazy to bring up at this period of time. And I say all of that to say this is because, huh?
I
Have you
said,
heard of it?
that's interesting. No, I haven't. I've never heard nobody around here
Right.
complain about New York drill music.
But then we all complain. We all complaining about UK drill, right?
Yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
start because we know how to pay homage. We know how to acknowledge where the roots of a certain subgenre of hip hop came from. And what I really found out is that people from Chicago have migrated here to New York throughout I'm gonna say I met somebody from the 90s, older lady, she writes curriculum, and I was like, why did I think Chicago didn't like us? But we all love Chief Keef, even me. My son only listens to things I don't like by Chief Keef. He listens to 2 rap songs. Chief Keef and Kendrick Lamar are not like us. Also, my son told me during the pandemic that Chicago, the youth was over here in New York. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, Mom. And I was like, oh, okay. So I ain't really tapped into the youth unless my sons come and tell me something. My daughter, she's pretty much on the go with school or work. That's her. And then with her elders or her family. She's not really like my oldest son. He was a trained dancer. So I guess it's a little bit different. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And we did have simultaneous or symbiotic, I guess as Ish would say, Renaissance movements, but not too many speak about Chicago. So I was surprised when I found out. And whenever I get a Chicagoan on my panel, I try to bring that to the forefront. And I'll land there. Any other words before I move on to Mr. Issa Afro?
No, you can move on.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Issa. Good morning, Basic. Good morning, Cotton Club.
How you doing, y'all? What's up? Shout out to y'all. And I like this prompt because I was just saying the other day that I was like, man, we need to get rid of Women's History Month, because the only women that really did anything inspirational and moved anything were FBA women. And then here you are with this. I was like, why didn't I think of this? Okay, this is Foundational Black American Women's Month. I like this a whole lot better.
Thank you. It
So
was Peter that brought it to our attention. And, I ran with it. Go ahead.
shout out to Peter. Appreciate
Keita,
that.
Keita.
Oh,
Peter,
Peter.
me,
Oh,
Peter. I'm on my backup page. You know they always striking my other
I
page.
forgot to, but let me go ahead and add you, because this is my backup page too.
Okay.
I got a 3-day suspension on my main one.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be back on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so my woman, okay, of the month. My woman. I don't know why I say it like that. But I've always loved this one. Her name is Wilma Rudolph, and she is such an inspiration. If y'all know anything about who Wilma Rudolph is, she was born in 1940, okay? And I mean, like, she is a pioneering American sprinter. She became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic game, okay? And she was a basketball star and a track star, but she won her 3 gold medals in the 100, the 200, and the 4x1 as well. Okay, but the thing is not only was she a civil rights advocate later on in her life and everything, after she won and she got a bunch of foundations named after her and everything like that. But it's really her childhood and her resilience and everything that really inspires people. Okay, she was born premature, and she was only like 4 pounds. Okay, and also, she survived pneumonia, scarlet fever. She survived these things, and then to top it all off, she had polio when she was little. And the doctors told her and her family that she would not be able to walk or run or anything, and she needed those metal, crutches and the things for her legs. You know what I'm saying? Those braces. She needed those metal braces to walk around when she was just a little girl because her legs were paralyzed due to the polio. Well, uh, she wore those metal leg braces all the way up until 9 years old. And then, she was going under like physical therapy and daily massages from her family because, this is still Jim Crow. So we had to look after ourselves, of course. And through all that love and caring and everything, she ended up being on the basketball team and being an all-star. So she survived these diseases all over the place. She survived not just Jim Crow, right? External hardships, but internal hardships. And she overcame all of that. And she persevered through all of that. And I mean, like this, I'm surprised. I don't even know if there's a movie made or a documentary made of this woman, but she passed away in 1994 because she had cancer. But a shout out to her. She's my favorite woman in history, to be honest with you. And I mean, like, I don't like picking favorites or nothing like that. But I mean, she is a straight up inspiration for me. Absolutely.
She is inspirational. And so you said something very, very, very pertinent. It caught my attention. And you said you don't know if they even did a movie about her, right? We do understand that Hollywood is also contributing to our ethnocide when they are casting the likes of Cynthia Erivo or the young Haitian who played, I believe, Sarah Rector. I think Idris Elba kind of flew under the radar because a lot of us women, of course, felt that Idris was handsome. And so it was like, and at first, I don't even think we associated him with Nigeria, right? Although we did understand, and we didn't even understand he was a black Brit until he let that accent out. But by then, we were gone. You know what I'm saying? It was just, oh, he's so fine. We do understand that the filmmakers here are casting these people, right? And so I say, instead of giving those films any type of money, even mention, like, we need an underground network to list the boycotts, right? But you said something very pertinent. Now's the time, Mr. Ether, you can make the film that you want to see. We have black filmmakers, and I be trying to get them on board, but somehow it always goes left for me. So maybe you have a lot better luck. We could do it in the form of a documentary. I am a writer, and to my people, to combat ethnocide, if we have a skill set that's in high demand, we could make millions. And if we shop our skill set out, we might have to go ahead and do some things for free to combat ethnocide. That would be me as a writer, helping you develop, the outline, the draft, the screenplay, things like that. And the filmmakers to actually come on set and film some stuff. So now's the time, y'all. I'm putting it out there in the air for us to get into work groups and make the documentaries, if not full length. We don't have to do full length films. We can do documentaries. That works just as well to combat some of this erasure that they have going on.
I like that idea.
And you're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, me too. That's a good idea.
Yeah. You're in Atlanta, right, Mr. Ether?
Correct.
And so I'm gonna tell you a few places that I know. Some people say New York is very good for filmmaking, but I ain't even thinking New York. But I did meet OBM, I think is his name. He is in the chat. And then we have Diamonds. He's from Brooklyn. So we do have two and Marshall is in films too, right? But when I was shopping around to get my urban fiction books into movies, they told me I had to come to Atlanta and that they would work with me. And I was, had everything all set up to see a virtual apartment and all this other stuff, right? But then life started life, and I ain't make it to Atlanta yet. But I got to tell you, on Tubi, when I was watching Tubi, guess who's running Tubi whose films are quality to me. Detroit. And I
Detroit,
love
and I
Detroit.
know one of the Detroit. My homeboy know one of the Detroit producers. So I told you when I get with him, I'm gonna ask him for his information and share that and let him know what's going on.
Good, good.
I'm gonna check it.
Okay.
I'm gonna check his ethnicity as well. You know.
You gotta check it. You gotta check it. But yeah, so now's the time for us to get together, write the screenplays and stuff, and time for us to get some filming going. And we can start small but think big, right? That's my best advice. So you write the documentary or the film that you want to see, Mr. Issa.
Thank you for that, y'all. And I gotta go ahead and get ready for work. But
Uh,
that's a great idea. I appreciate that, y'all. I see you
uh,
later, Keita. I see you later, Afro. Thank you, BX.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
I'll
Have a
see
good
you
day,
later too.
brother.
You ain't say I'll see you later, BX. I'll see you later too.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a blessed day. Is there anybody else in the chat in the audience who wants to come up and spotlight a Black American woman? I do plan on going live again sometime this week. And you could have your woman ready for that. The great elder, ancestor. You could have your woman available then. I feel funny saying woman. What should I say? Ancestor, your lady.
Our ancestor. Well, some of them, all of them might not be passed away, so we don't want to call them ancestors. I think woman is
Right.
fine. Black
Yeah.
American woman, that is, because I mean it's National Woman Month. Even though you know how I feel about that, I don't want it to be Woman Month. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be Black Love Month.
Aww. You can make, well, I thought that was the goal. Like, you will, I talk about Black women, and that
Yeah,
will stop you from talking about Black love because,
yeah,
they say behind every great man is a woman, and I'm willing to bet that behind every great Black American
woman.
woman is a man, even if it's
Yeah,
massage job.
I agree.
So I'm going to read about Sarah, just to give you a little bit more insight than just her titles. Okay, hold on. Let me get the overview up. Okay, here we go, y'all. So, Sarah J. Tompkins Garnet was a powerhouse of the 19th century, a woman who didn't just break glass ceilings, she built entirely new structures for those who followed. Here's an overview of her remarkable life and legacy. Early life and family. A solid foundation, born Sarah Jane Smith in 1831 in Brooklyn, New York. She was the eldest of 11 children. Her parents, Sylvanus and Anne Springstill in parentheses Smith, were successful landowners which provided her with a level of stability rare for Black families at the time. A family of overachievers. Achievement ran in the family. Her sister, Stewart, Susan McKinney Stewart, and that name sounds familiar, became the first, you know what they use, I'm going to use Black American, became the first Black American woman to earn a medical degree in New York State. Marriages. Sarah was married twice. Her first husband, Samuel Tompkins, passed away early in their marriage. In 1879, she married the famous abolitionist and orator Henry Highland Garnet. Though their marriage lasted only a few years before his transitioning in 1882, they were a formidable intellectual and activist duo. There goes your Black love story. Her professional career. Sarah Garnet's career in the New York City public school system spanned over 50 years, marked by several firsts. Pioneering principal, she is widely recognized as the first Black American woman to serve as a principal in the New York City public school system. Leadership at Grammar School Number 4. She spent the majority of her career at Grammar School Number 4, later became PS 81 on West 17th Street in Manhattan. As principal, she was known for her strict but nurturing leadership and her commitment to providing Black students with the same caliber of education as their white peers. Retirement. She retired in 1900, having paved the way for generations of Black educators and administrators in the city. So now they go on to her activism and suffrage. Garnet understood that education alone wasn't enough. True equality required political power. Equal Suffrage League. In the late 1880s, she founded the Equal Suffrage League of Brooklyn. This was the first organization of its kind for Black women, focusing specifically on the intersection of racial justice and women's right to vote. NACW leadership. She was a prominent member of the National Association of Colored Women, serving as the superintendent of suffrage for the organization. Global vision. She traveled internationally to advocate for human rights, including attending the first Universal Racist Congress, and it's racist, RACES, not the other races. So let me say it again. The first Universal Racist Congress in London in 1911, just months before her transitioning. Her lasting legacy. In 2019, New York City honored her by renaming a park in Brooklyn, formerly named after a family of enslavers, to Sarah J.T. Garnet Park. This recognition ensures that her name remains a beacon for the community she serves so tirelessly. All divine honors to the ancestors. Yes. Thank you, Cash. Good morning to Cash. Good morning, Parmela. Who else entered? I saw Wani peeking. Good morning to Wani if she's still in the room. And 713 Phenom. So if nobody else has a woman that they would like to spotlight, I don't want to keep you here all day. They do have some beautiful lives up. But I saw one that I was in was Basics. So y'all be sure to follow him. He's like me. Sometimes he doesn't go live all the time on his page, but he gets the urge to go when he has something to talk about. And right now he's talking about Pan-Africanism. Maybe he'll rerun the prompt. And if it is selfish or self-hatred, to still be Pan-African in this day and time. I said it's selfish.
Yeah, I was just in his, but then I seen your light. I said I'll be back to his. I came to see yours because I know you only be on for a short moment. So
Thank you.
I had to jump in here with you, Auntie. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. So to the people who are in here, let me see. It's Wednesday, correct? I'm gonna say okay, so I have an appointment. I'm gonna say Saturday. What are y'all doing Saturday? I could come live, I say about 11 Eastern Standard Time, and we can have spotlight some more beautiful foundational Black American women.
Yeah, I'll do another homework assignment. Period.
Period. Yes. Do y'all know Tut?
No, TP, I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay, because I was about to say something in Tut, but I don't want to say it, and y'all don't understand. So I do know a few Tut teachers. But let me tell you something. This is a young lady, and I've caught a couple of people who have learned Tut. We don't know if they are of the lineage because they're going around teaching other people. And I tell on people who do that. I literally tell everybody because if you can't respect the ancestors' language, then you shouldn't be in any space I'm in. But I just asked because that was on my mind to kind of tap some of y'all in because every now and then I do want to say a thing or two in Tut, and it'll help me practice past the point that I'm practicing anyway. So it was a question. It's a thought. If y'all want to learn Tut, and they vet you. So
I like listening to it though, and then guess what? If you're doing it for your learning, say it. Because I bet it's somebody in the audience who understand. I just don't.
Okay, no problem. Yep. So if nobody else wants to come up, then I guess we could start winding down. But I thank you all for joining, gifting, and liking. I do keep my page private so you were not able to share. Every now and then I think about opening my page up, but I don't want to deal with them headaches. I get enough of the tethers or the Latinos, the vultures, and other places. There you go, Dredd. He's still in the room. Do you have your woman available, Dredd? Thank you for the gifts, brother. Would you like to do your spotlight today, or will you come back Saturday if you're not busy, Dredd? Don't act like you ain't in the room. It only take 1 minute to type yes or no. Not even a minute. Cash, you're welcome to come Saturday too, and please have a foundational Black American woman you would like to spotlight for woman Foundational Black American Women's Month. Oh, you did. Oh, you'll be back Saturday. Okay, I couldn't see it. Okay, all right, Keita, do you have any final words as we wind down?
Just reminding us as Black Americans to stay on our local elections. Y'all know that's what I'm on. So I'm proud of us with what we did with Texas. That's one down and many more to go. I just want us to pay attention to that. That's how we gonna make changes. And I'm just proud of us as a lineage. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm proud of us too. We are definitely on code. And as you can see, a lot of our activists, a lot of people that we are choosing to spotlight during not only Black American History Month, but now Foundational Black American Women's Month, mention politics. The ballot or the bullet is where Malcolm X was telling us we have to be politically strategic. And he also said, no other community looks at celebrities as their leaders. So I don't want to hear who LeBron voting for, what's that? It's actual speed, who he voting for. Like, I'm not taking any of them seriously unless they saying I'm foundational Black American and the Democrat Party has failed us. That's the only person I'm gonna take serious in the celebrity field. But I want to say this too. In today's age, we have to take what worked that the ancestors and the elders did, apply it to today's time with a little remix there, and leave behind anything that will no longer serve us today. Rich Rising, Midnight, Rich Rising, Rufus. So ballot or the bullet for us is, are we going to sit it out or are we going to go to the polls? You see what happens when we go to the polls and when we don't. President, I say is fine. You want to sit it out? Go ahead. That's the face of the country. However, state and local, if you're in places like New York, you gotta get to the ballot. And you can even vote early by mail. So you don't have to deal with, yes, stay safe. You don't even have to deal with those long voting lines at the schools or wherever you go to vote, right? You can literally request a mail-in ballot and mark your choice there. Y'all may not like what I'm about to say. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Nobody deserves my vote who doesn't work for it. Saying get them in office first and then hold them accountable later has never worked for us. Nor do we have to accept, well, we're Black anyway. Who's going to do anything for us? They can't just say they're going to do anything for us and win. Our ancestors never accepted half the shit y'all are telling us to accept today. And that's why we have the rights that we have. I'm wondering why voting rights isn't secured, and I'm starting to think that's the carrot that the Democrats like to dangle in front of us and blame the Republicans for, whoever. So my plan is to vote, and to vote by mail, and to vote early. And I think the only way to clean up New York is to get a Republican in there, period. That's my submission on that. But we have to move politically, yeah. Oh, they want me
I
to run
agree,
for
Auntie. We have to
office.
keep like an equal balance. It's like you can't
Yeah.
let too many from one or the other or something. Maybe you got to keep it where you can be in control, because either one of them can go radical, either one far left or one far right. So you know what I'm saying? We got to try to keep a balance on these suckers, which that's our job, which is crazy. We are the ones to keep the balance of this country, because if we don't, it's going to either be too far left or too far right. You think so?
Yeah. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing a lot of elders who agree with the delineation movement. I'm hearing elders from New York, but they're not sure how to tap in to us. We see the videos. One called into Afro Elites Live. He did give them the U.S. Freedmen's Project to contact. So if you run into an elder who is on board with delineation, or wants to know what we're doing, or how we can make the Democrats work for us, because we had that type of elder too. But they don't want to give them the vote, but they don't want to leave the party. They may need to come sit on the panel, and mine is a safe space. There won't be any immigrants and going back and forth, and I know how to respect my elders. Thank you, FBA Queen. And we could sit there and just kind of discuss it with them why they're so scared to go into the non-party um, voters category. Because to me, why give the Dems our numbers? So now, right, if we don't leave the Dems, they're going to always say 92% of black people, and they're not going to make the distinction if it's Caribbean, Black American, or African. 92% of black people, everybody's going to think it's us, support the Democrats, and the rest are just crazy. They don't know, they not blah, blah, blah. So they don't deserve to have us in their percentages. They need an accurate count of who agrees with them. And I'm finding a lot of people are not agreeing with the Democrats. We should no longer be there, the people, the audience that they pander to, or they dangle the carrot in front of and then get in office and only, uphold the immigrants and give them a form of reparations and themselves a form of reparations. I'm over that. Afro, because I don't want to keep rambling. Are you able to give a final submission for the live, Afro? Oh, he might be on a call.
That's what I was just saying. I think brother a little busy this morning. He said this is Wednesday morning, it's hump day.
Hey, Afro.
No, I meant hump in a good way, like hump,
I
like
know.
work hump, not that kind of hump. Oh Lord Jesus.
Afro. When he came back, I see his he came off teacup. Would you like to give a final submission, Afro, for the live?
He
Oh,
said
just hold
just hold on.
Okay, I see you. FBA Queen, where you been? Hello, Lips and Froze. Rich
Making
Ride.
power moves. Queen making power moves. That's what she do every day.
So let me tell you, ladies who just entered and the gentleman who's here, Saturday, I'm coming back and we are we're celebrating Happy National Foundational Black American Women's Month, right? Because our history doesn't stop. Our history is 365 days of the year, 24 hours, 7 days of the week, right? And you can choose an influential woman, an ancestor, an elder, or even somebody local in your area that you feel needs to be spotlighted, to come up on the panel and honor them. I do have topics. Today's topics was introducing Dennis Sperling has requested Trump write an executive order to go after Africa for reparations. So now, people who heard that are going to go do their own research and hopefully come back and we can discuss that further. My woman of today is Sarah J. Tompkins Garnet. My theme is destroying the narrative of Tetherville and that immigrants built New York. So, as we just heard, Sarah was married twice. Both her husbands transitioned, but she was a powerhouse. She was in the suffrage movement. She was an American educator, like the first Black woman to be a New York City school principal. And in 2019, the Department of Education they renamed for her, like a park. They removed the enslaver's name and added her name. So she is still being honored today for the work that she has done in New York, and she's definitely foundational, right? I don't see how she's an immigrant. So we do understand that immigrants did not build New York. They came into an already built infrastructure, period. Now, could they have repaired or, added on, expanded maybe? I'm even willing to give them. But when you say immigrants built New York, then that's a different narrative you're trying to spin, and that's an erasure to my ancestors, and we all not going to let that slide. So
But
don't
see
think
how
New
you
York up
can
here by itself.
You can even give them partial credit. You see how you could say, we're not saying y'all didn't come after it was built and help continue the building of it or help repair or help finish or whatever, but you just was not at the foundation of it. That's so you see what I'm saying? But they can't even do that. Oh no, it was us. Like no compromising with them. That's why I just rather tell them y'all ain't do shit. I ain't giving you no credit because y'all don't know how they not good reciprocators.
Right. Afro.
Real quick. Let me get my final statements before I head out. First off, thank you. I think these lives are necessary. It's a good way to get the day started. Being able to come in and, chop it up and then educate too. It's a good educate. I feel like education is the best way to kind of get the brain started, get the day started, get the brain going. juices flowing and all that stuff. I will look up some of the people that you guys talked about. So there was details about those people I didn't know, and Dennis Sperlins too. I'm gonna have to check him out as well too. So I just thank you, BX. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Thank
And
you for stopping by, Afro.
yeah, and how do you pronounce your name, sister?
It's Keita. That's it's supposed to be YUNV Key, but don't worry about it. I gotta fix that, sir. But my name Keita. That's it.
Keita.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, Keita. It was nice talking to you.
You too.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Y'all go subscribe to Afro Elite. Okay, on YouTube. Okay, subscribe to the channel. I love his lives. I love your lives. Not the ones on TikTok. I'm talking about the ones you do in front of the camera. Them kind. Them my favorite.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
BX, you said, oh, I'm not going live on TikTok today. I got a lot going on today, so I'm just going to be doing the YouTube lives today. I am going to be posting something on the channel, but I'm not actually going live on TikTok.
Okay. No problem. I'll see you on YouTube then.
You sound disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed. Sometimes I get disappointed because I like my safe spaces, so it's okay. We need you doing the work, shit.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. I'll see you on YouTube.
All right. All right. Well, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm waiting for him to drop. Like, I don't want to drop him. I'm trying to look for a man Danny's apology so y'all can hear it because I feel it needs a little work.
We need Afro to get a little bit older so he can run for president.
What age is president?
I think you got to be. Ain't it over 35? 30. You got to at least be 35. I think it's 35.
Oh, wow.
You got to be a little bit older. I know you can't be in your 20s. You got to be over 30. I think you can. It's 35 or 45. Yeah.
I'm on my newer laptop and it's not letting me sign in because I know I shared it. I'll have it queued up for tomorrow. His apology. So he does need to change the verbiage to make more of a distinction. And again, he needs to be on the main stage. Good morning, Mama Ani. So we did do the live today, Mama Ani. I'll be back Saturday around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want, you can bring an influential foundational Black American woman that you would like spotlighted, whether locally in your region or, anybody you would like to spotlight. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I don't want a whole bunch of, on the live ear. But I appreciate you, Afro, Young Key, Mr. Ether, for joining everybody in the chat. Okay, good. Mama Ani said she'll be here.
All right. Appreciate you for your safe space and thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to wish you all a blessed day, and I want to say peace, love, light, and reparations to my foundational Black Americans or anybody of the lineage who could identify as such. I love us for real. Be one, family. Y'all supposed to say be one back. Damn.
Oh, B1, of course. Duh, we so slow.
I feel really busy. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the panel. Cotton Club Radio says be one. See y'all Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
Yeah, do your homework.
From ancient tales to modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams.